only to find that like Bigfoot was technically part of it. And it really, what it comes down to is that it was like, it's Chewbacca. Like, Han Solo and Chewbacca crash landed on Earth, and Indiana Jones found Chewbacca still just hanging out in the woods.
Oh, wow.
And Han Solo died a long time ago. So it was like this weird canon connection between Star Wars and Indiana Jones. But I always laugh at that. I'm like, yeah, Chewbacca's out there somewhere, you know? I don't know.
He's got to be.
It's kind of awesome, though.
Yeah.
1 second. I have...
But see, like, I feel like if Chewbacca was Bigfoot, he would want to be a friend of somebody.
You would hope so. Chewbacca does not seem like a solo dude, right? I mean, like,
No, yeah.
I feel like he's a social creature. He wants to
because
interact.
he's based around loyalty, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I wonder if there's anything story-wise where he ever turns on Han Solo. Like if there was ever like a betrayal.
There's got to be.
point.
Well, I don't possibly think betrayal. But
I feel like Han would betray Chewbacca before Chewbacca betrayed.
Who would? Han?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's possible.
In the legend, as they call it, or it used to be called the expanded universe, I believe I remember reading in one of the books that it actually took a moon to crush Chewbacca. Like something happened and there was a moon being collided into whatever planet he was on, and I think that's how he died.
That is, I don't know. I mean, that's an insane amount of effort to whack a Wookiee. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Han would definitely betray Chewbacca first.
At some point, yeah.
I mean, he shoots first. So why not?
Yeah. Well, that's all my. I don't know. I don't know what that was.
The opening gaming rant.
That was about.
I'll put a lid on it. I'll put a lid on it.
Star Wars lore.
Yes. Okay. But
some way, shape, or form.
Anyway, what you guys been doing this week?
Oh, I'm trying to think since Tuesday of last week. Because I wasn't playing Space Marine. I've definitely, like, Stardew Valley nights have been a regular thing. Today, I was like, man, okay, my son's he's coming home. I gotta do something interesting with him, but I'm like, I don't want to play Minecraft. Like, I don't want to sit there and play Minecraft with him. And then I forgot I had my analog 3D sitting right next to my desk, and I was like, I'm gonna hook that thing up, and we're gonna play some retro games. Which I told my son, I was like, hey, you want to play some retro games with me? And he goes, sure. And he goes, what's retro? And I'm like, let me show you. Let me show you what retro is. So I started naming off some like N64 titles on my shelf.
Yes.
And he immediately honed in on Bomberman 64, and I was like, okay, but you gotta understand, like, Bomberman 64 is not like, yeah, but I'm like, it's not like the Super Nintendo Bomberman, which he's like used to playing.
Right.
Like, it's a little bit different. So what was so funny about it is he went through and played it. He was getting the hang of the controls or whatever, and he died by blowing himself up. Because in Bomberman, if you're too close to your bomb, you know, you get hurt, you die.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because he ran out of lives. Which Bomberman 64 has lives because he ran out of lives. And there were continues. There's like, don't worry, because you can use a continue.
Right.
So he did, and it starts back at the beginning of the level. That kid was almost in tears. He was like, I got to do that all over again. I'm like, yeah. Like every game from that era is like that. It's like, that's what we grew up with. We just had to do it again. And if you weren't good enough, you had to get good enough in order to keep going. So I thought that was really funny. We got to do that. And then I actually started him in Ocarina of Time today. And I was like, you're going to make this a thing, because Ocarina of Time is such a fantastic title in gaming history. I don't care if you guys don't like it or not, but it's amazing.
I hope he hates it.
I loved Ocarina of Time. I feel like that's one of the titles that if certain people have not played a Legend of Zelda game, I think it's one of the good ones that you could just pick it up and not need to know really much of any of the lore.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very. I try to explain it to him, but there's two things that work amazingly well in that game, and this is like kind of my soapbox. But the two things that work amazingly well in that game is that I don't think people appreciate is that it's insanely cinematic.
Yes.
It's insanely cinematic, which no other game was doing. You could even look at like Half-Life. Like Half-Life wasn't even shot that way. It's like cutscenes literally go widescreen to be
Not
more
as
of a
much,
movie
yeah.
feel. Yeah, and then the Z targeting. I don't think people give enough credit for how like revolutionary a targeting system in a 3D game was at that time that worked that well.
I was going to say, wasn't Ocarina of Time one of the very first games to introduce the lock-on attack?
Yeah, if not the first. I don't know of any other one.
I remember reading that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, because all of a sudden it was like after Ocarina of Time, I think other game developers are like, "Oh shit, that's how we can do it," and then it was, the rest was history from there. But God, I love that game. Such a great game.
The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time was the first game to introduce lock-on targeting.
I thought so.
Go.
I thought I had read that somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Z targeting is like, I don't know. That's awesome. It was revolutionary for the time, for sure. But anyway.
So
I don't know what it is. I just can't get into the Zelda, man.
Yeah. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the games I play aren't for everybody, so it's only
true. They're only for you.
Right. I'm the only person that plays RuneScape.
That correct. I think you are. Everything else is probably just a Chinese farming bot left there.
They're Venezuelan,
Right.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah,
they're all Venezuelan
the
farming bots then. I don't know.
That's actually a thing though. Like people in Venezuela weren't making money at their jobs, so they quit their jobs to farm gold and sell it for currency.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, they're making for WoW and stuff too, I don't know.
The monthly pay in Venezuela is terrible. And they were making like money doing it. So, and like it's so easy because you don't need a up-to-date computer. Like you could use any computer.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, so all you need is some type of computer, and like there's pictures of like little grandmas playing RuneScape.
Nice.
RuneScape 1 is still browser based, right? Like you don't even have a client install or anything. No, yeah.
No, it's all client installed now, I think. But
question
it's so
when Felicia,
so small.
Yeah, when Felicia was here, she was still. I think I might have told you about this. She was still like at one point jumped heavy back into RuneScape. And she was saying that there's original RuneScape and then there's the newer RuneScape. Like it's updated or something. Like, what's the difference?
There's old school RuneScape, which is like the traditional what you grew up with RuneScape, and there's RuneScape 3, which is like updated combat systems with abilities and stuff like that, so that it's more like in-depth combat.
Okay.
There's more skills. There's all kinds of new stuff in it compared to the old school RuneScape.
Gotcha.
Like a global market. I don't know if they added that to old school RuneScape at one point or not.
No idea. I'm assuming it's kind of like an auction house or something. Like you can put stuff up on the market and then other people can buy it, kind of thing.
Yeah, you just go there and
Nice.
Interesting. One note that was on top of my head that I forgot about talking about retro stuff. I was laughing because my Ocarina of Time was a Blockbuster purchase. I was like,
nice.
It did its run.
Does it have the sticker on it still?
It still has a Blockbuster sticker on it. It says
money to certain
says property of Blockbuster. But what's crazy about it is the battery in it is still good. And today I actually deleted my childhood file so my son could have his. But the reason I did that is because there's 2 save files on there that were for whoever rented it from Blockbuster. One of them is just named John. The other one is Link. And I'm like, there's a John out there somewhere that did the work because he's only missing like 2 hearts and he has all the temple thing. Like John played that game, okay? Right. But I'm leaving it there for John as a remembrance of John.
Nice.
I bought a copy of, I think it was Pokemon Sun. And on this game they had like a living dex, like it was full, and the first thing I did was delete it. I was so excited to delete that file.
Oh my god. It's funny because I was one of those kids. It's like we would go to like Hollywood Video and Blockbuster and see what's in the bin to purchase stuff. And I remember one of the things that I got, which a lot of people don't realize, that those places didn't necessarily always like throw out the boxes and manuals and stuff. They just kind of like put them in the back room. And so I ended up getting a copy of Doom for the Super Nintendo. It's the red cartridge Doom for the SNES with box and manual. And it was $5 in the bin when I was a kid. And I'm like, oh my God, I got a copy of Doom. Yeah. And Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, some of them could be rough around the edges or they got stickers on them, but as a kid, you don't care. You're like,
Right.
I just got the game now. I can play it. So, yeah.
Good stuff.
Super Smash Brothers N64 game still has a Blockbuster sticker. Yeah, the bin was the best. I agree.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
inclined to agree. So,
Yeah, we got some
And
great people.
you just don't
in
have
the,
that anymore.
We got some great people in the chat today as well. We got Diablo's here as usual. Hoki has stopped in. Great to see everybody here.
hi guys. Hello.
Yep.
I just want to say, like, I would love a bin full of N64 games for $5 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what
Only in
N64 game you want.
Only
It's just
in our
Wave Race.
dreams.
It's a bin full of Wave Race 64.
And
Right.
Madden and Wave
Yeah,
Race.
Wave Race 64, Quest 64, maybe Madden.
But like the thing is, like, Wave Race 64 was such a good game.
It was. It
Like,
was.
I love that game.
And
I just
then
bought a copy of that for
I
my cousin
think-
not that long ago.
I have a
what-
copy of it.
What was the PlayStation 1 games that they came out with? Was it Jet Moto?
Yes.
It was like
Jet-
a jet ski
There's-
type of kind of racer.
Yeah, see that was my world because I didn't
Yeah.
get the
I
N64
like the
basically until
Jet Moto
the
games too. Yeah.
yeah I didn't get the N64 to basically the end of its life, so I don't have like a huge collection for it. But on the PlayStation 1, yeah, Jet Moto 1 and 2, and then the other one that I always played that was like sporty was, I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was like by ESPN, but I don't know if it was like ESPN Extreme Sports. Like it had like Street Luge. It was like these big kind of grandiose downhill races. And you could
Okay.
either do street luge or rollerblading, skateboarding, and I think one other thing. And it was, God, they were so much fun because you could like punch and stuff.
Are you
You'd
talking
be on
about
Street Luge.
was it for PlayStation 1?
Yes.
Are you talking about 2 Extreme and 3 Extreme?
Yes. That's
what it
the
was.
extreme games.
Yeah,
yes.
the Extreme games. Yeah,
Yes.
that was pretty crazy. You can do the inline, and you can do the
Yeah.
Viking and all
And
that.
you could
yeah.
punch and stuff
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You
It
could
was
knock
almost-
people off.
It was almost like a smaller version of Road Rash. You can do battling.
Yeah.
As you're racing. Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah,
sweet.
I would think why can't I remember the name now? Is that was a big arcade racer that was like whatever Rush, Chicago Rush, LA Rush,
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah,
And it's I love those. So much fun.
good stuff.
So
My I never really played too many sports games, but the NBA Street and the NFL Street games
I was
were
just about to
so
say,
fun.
Those were amazing.
Those were so good.
Yes.
yeah, I'm kind of sad to be honest that NFL Street hasn't made a comeback because I played the hell out of that on my PSP. I
Yeah.
played that
Yeah.
so much. Did
I
the
think I
custom
still have mine
characters?
for PlayStation 2. I think it was.
But
Mm.
Even
Yeah.
like back in the day, like the NBA Live games were not that bad.
right.
But now it's like, you pay $70 a year for an updated roster that they could make a DLC out of, and
Yeah.
Dude,
Which is-
yeah. Go ahead, Freedom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which is one of the reasons why I never really got into the whole sports titles things, because it's like, if you're just updating the roster, literally anything past like 2015 up until now, I mean, there's been some leaps in graphics and all that, but it's literally, like if you're gonna upgrade it every single year, why not just come out with a game and update the roster, instead of having people pay $70, $80 for the next year's game, update the roster for like $30 or $40, if that, whatever, every year, and give people a deal. That's one of the reasons, just like the wrestling games and shit like that,
So that's
all because they can charge $30 or $40 more, and they know people will pay for it.
Oh yeah.
But see, here's where I've always said if there is an example of something that would be perfect for a game as a service, it'd be sports games. Because you figure you could say, hey, yep, Madden is $70. It's just Madden. It's
Yeah.
Madden now. There's not Madden 26, Madden
Right.
27, Madden 28. It's just Madden. And you spend $70 to get through the door on Madden, and you can play that game. You can play it. There it is. But you want updated rosters, you want live like team transfers, you want all that stuff. It's like, great, you pay for Madden Plus for $5 a month. And if that's your jam and all you play is Madden, then you would be insane not to have that, because you will always have the most updated players. And then you lock like competitive play behind Madden Plus. You just say, because then you always have to have the updated rosters and everything else. So you're going to play with all the other people that are like serious about playing that. And I don't want to give EA or any ideas or anything, but like, I think as an example, like that would make sense. Like if you wanted a game as a service, that makes sense.
It actually does sound good.
Yeah.
Chaos says, eat $5. EA would never charge so little. And he's right.
Yeah.
It'd be like $10, $20 a month.
Exactly.
So the reason before you even get on that point, I need to touch on that because the reason I think it would have to be something affordable like that is because now you figure you're paying monthly for Xbox Live, you're paying monthly for PlayStation Plus, you're whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think people are going to say, "Hey, I'm going to spend $20 a month for Xbox Live and then another 20 for Madden Play." There's no way. Like it would have to be a incremental add-on kind of thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. We have a question in the chat. Diablo wants to know, what racing games have you guys played?
Oof.
Well, obviously Wave Race 64. We already talked about that.
Yep.
I love that game.
Let's proceed to talk about that for the next 30 minutes.
But are we talking like, I think we've all played like Mario Kart.
Yeah, definitely like any of the Mario Kart titles, which I will tell you.
Racing.
I'll tell you that Mario Kart 64 is the least favorite of my in that series, and I honestly think it's probably one of the weaker racing games of all time. But one of my favorites of all time is, I think it's probably a tie between two. Ridge Racer for the PSP, and then Ridge Racer 7 for the PlayStation 3. And the reason I say that is Ridge Racer for the PSP combines stuff from so many games. Like they basically took all the amazing soundtracks from every Ridge Racer game prior. Then they put in ad hoc play. They put in online play. There's a giant campaign to play through. Like it is probably one of the most like feature rich, if not just like girthy PSP games ever. Yeah. I love that game. And Ridge Racer 7 is not far off. That is basically like they said, hey, what do we do that was great on the PSP? Let's just put it on the PS3 with PS3 horsepower and expand on it. I love those games.
Those games were definitely pretty great. Like we already touched base, Jet Moto, especially Jet Moto 2, at least for the PlayStation 1, I played the hell out of. And some of the later ones was, obviously the Need for Speed series was pretty great. I liked Hot Pursuit 2 was pretty great. I played the hell out of, obviously, Underground 1 and 2. But my favorite that's come out so far, I haven't really touched base on anything like 360 and PlayStation 3 and 4 and past. But the last real one that I've even streamed a little bit was the Blacklist, The Most Wanted. Was probably one of my most favorite of all time, where you go through a list of 15 of the Blacklist racers, and you have to basically work your way up. And there was a free roam mode, and I think there might have even been an online mode on some of the later systems that it came out with. But yeah, they were pretty great all the way around.
I own very few racing games, and I think the only racing game that I own that I would like play right now would be Rock and Roll Racing for the Super Nintendo. That game is so fun, and the soundtrack is top tier.
I definitely remember playing that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because another one that would you consider?
See, Twisted Metal and Vigilante weren't really racing. They were more like Destruction Derby battle racing. But
they happen to be in cars.
Yeah, if we're talking car video games, Roadkill.
Okay,
that's my favorite.
Yeah, there's
Xbox.
I think purely racing, like one that comes to mind that's obviously still readily available on a notable series is Forza Horizon.
Oh yeah,
that game overall, like even if you're not into cars and you're not a big car guy, like that's just a fun game to drive around the world and test your limits.
Yeah,
like that is. And the fact that you can kind of configure cars, put your personal touch, and then sell it on the marketplace, so other people can get like just wild builds.
Yeah,
it's so much fun. It's a great game.
I actually remember you talking about Forza. I actually remember playing one of the original Forza games that came out for the original Xbox, I think it was.
Yep. Yep.
And I remember just coming up with some crazy like car designs, and that was one of the first ones I think to where you can actually put your designs online and people can pay you in-game currency
Oh, yeah.
to have a copy of whatever the design is, and then you can go and spend that on whatever you wanted in game. So, but yeah, it was definitely ahead of its time.
We also have
Yeah.
another question. What's the oldest game you guys own?
Oof.
Yeah, I saw that.
I would have to. I mean, like, what was the first? I got the NES. That's
I've
probably the
got
oldest.
I've got a handful of Intellivision and Atari 2600 games. I don't know what they are, but I do have them in my collection packed away.
I do have. This is where I wouldn't know the oldest in there, but I do have something around 75 Atari 2600, 7800 games. And I mean, those are pretty old. I don't know which one is the oldest in there. I mean, I do have like Pong. I've got Adventure. I've got some of the big titles, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what is technically the oldest.
I
And
don't own an Atari, so like, it would have to be like Super
You're not
Mario
mixed.
Bros.
You're not missing much. Atari,
No, I
you're
know.
really not missing much.
I do want an Atari just to have it,
Yeah.
and Pitfall. I do like Pitfall.
Yeah, they're pretty great to have in the collection just to, eventually I'm going to have a bunch of that stuff displayed, but yeah, definitely. And talking about some old systems, I actually for $30 a couple years ago, I picked up an Bentley. It's like a third party aftermarket Bentley Pong machine.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty gnarly. I think I made a TikTok about it a while back, but yeah, I only got it for like $30 at a yard sale. This guy was like, "Hey, I'm just trying to get rid of it." I'm like, "Dude, can you tell me if it works?" He was like, "I couldn't tell you that." I'm like, "I'll give you $30 for it." He was like, "Take it." I'm like, "Yes."
That's cool.
Even if it doesn't work, it's just like just to have it. It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, they love to like license that out to
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
The original Pong was like a, I don't know, addicting.
Yeah, as far as old games go, like, I don't want to buy anything I'm not going to play, and I don't
Right.
care about
Yep.
showpieces that much. So like,
Yeah.
I like the NES games that I have for the most part. I mean, obviously, I buy lots when I find them that are good deals, and you get some games that you don't care about in those. But so I have like NES play action football. I'm never going to play that, but
Right.
it came in a lot. So
yeah.
Stella, do you see the thing that I uploaded? Is it available?
yeah,
Okay, cool. I just figure at some point we can segue into that. Like I said, it's only like
Yeah,
a
for sure.
2-minute video. But
I was gonna say, if it's something you want to run right now, that's fine. I also have a segue too.
Okay, cool.
Kind of a different segment. I don't have the video bumper for it. I literally have everything pulled up for that right before this call, but I didn't get it in time.
no, you're
But
good.
I definitely have something that I think it would be fun to do for us.
Okay.
Basically, what I'd like to do, and it's kind of more of a discussion thing, but it's to look at games that were released on this day,
Nice.
in a year, but you can
Nice.
go
In
back
a
and you can
year,
see how far
yes.
back. And kind of what I was trying to do is I'm like, well, we meet once a week, so I'm kind of looking at like what was released during this week a long time ago to see
That's
what
cool.
was like notable.
Yeah.
So let's see. So today's what, the 13th?
Yeah.
And I think on the 13th, there wasn't too many interesting things. I'm wondering where that landed, like on the calendar, because I know games kind of released on a certain day every week. I see one of the games that was released in Japan was Super Chinese Land 3, and I was really curious about that.
What?
So it was for the Game Boy, so I'm sure it was a Chinese version of like Mario Bros. I won't know until I get to see it.
Right.
But speaking of our good old NFL Street, which we brought up on this call, that was released for the GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox 22 years ago in 2004.
Oh, we're old.
On the 13th.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't worry. It gets a whole lot worse. We gotta
Can't wait.
we got a way to go. Which also Mario Party Advance was released just a year later in 2005, 21 years ago. I didn't even know they made a Mario Party for the Game Boy Advance,
I
but
didn't
now
know
Me
I'm
either.
I'm really interested in that because I'm assuming via link cable. You can probably do
Had
a
to be.
4-player link
Had to
cable.
Well,
be.
then
with it.
also, like, if none of us knew it existed, how much does it cost?
Oh,
I know that's kind of what's scary about it.
I'm looking it up right
like
now.
another Ninja 5.0.
That's right. Yeah. So also on the 13th, this is notable to me because I don't know if you guys ever played this, but Lord of the Rings Conquest, which is a Pandemic Games release title. If you played the original Star Wars Battlefront games,
Oh yeah.
that's who made
Okay.
those games. So they basically made a Lord of the Rings that is like the original Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh.
It's just in Lord of the Rings settings and
What
characters.
system was that? Did that come out?
It was everything.
Everything?
Yeah, it was all. Yeah, you can go look and see.
Man, I'm gonna have to look and
what
see
those
if I
are.
have that.
PlayStation 3, 360, PC, DS. Yeah. So really cool game. I recommend definitely checking that out. Okay. Jumping to the 14th. Yes. go
Mario
ahead.
Party Advance, $20.50.
Oh yeah, that's not a big deal.
No,
All right.
Let's all just go get that right now. No, okay.
Right.
we
Okay.
need the longest link cables ever.
Really link it. Hey, we could probably set the world record. We could figure that out. Like, what is the longest we could make that link cable? Tennis for the original Nintendo 42 years ago. So
I
game
remember
of
playing
10.
that. I remember
Yeah,
playing that.
And really feeling old, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link came out 39 years ago.
Oh my
So
God.
just came out. Basically, it's going to be 40 years old next year. Zelda 2. I'm trying to think, what was the other?
I was 2 when that came out.
I know.
I was 0.
Gosh.
I was at that rate not alive because I'm not 39. So
Right.
it's
That's
like,
insane.
yeah. War of the Monsters for the PlayStation 2. I actually almost bought that like a day ago. And that's 23 years ago. I'm not going to go like really any further back than that. And then the other ones I was looking at, Cool Borders for the PlayStation 1 is 29 years old. It's going to be 30 here.
The
soon.
first
Came
Cool
out
Borders.
very first Cool
Yeah,
Borders.
I played the
just
hell
came
out of
out
the first
this week.
3.
Yeah, and then let's see, what was the other one? WarioWare Smooth Moves. That's like 20 years old now, which is a great game, great series. What was the other one there's another big one that I was like, oh, that stood out to me. I know Toomba 2 came out and is 26 years old, which I don't know if anybody likes the depending on if you say Toomba or Tomba.
Tomba.
Yeah.
Tomba.
I played and beat the first one. I only played a little bit of the second one.
Toomba 2 is trash.
Is it?
You think it's trash?
It's just because they took Toomba, like Toomba 1, the play style of that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't actually played it, but I've watched you play it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Toomba 2, the design, awful.
See,
They should have left it a side scroller platformer type deal instead of trying to make it like a 3D-ish.
And that's what's so crazy to me
Right.
because that's one of the things that I love about Toomba 2 is that it feels the most PlayStation. Like it's
Yeah.
like, hey, this looks like a PlayStation game. It plays like most of the PlayStation games from that era. Like I really do like that game. The thing that I think was probably most disjointing with it is that they added voice acting and all of the none of the characters sound like what I thought they sounded like
Right.
based off of the first
The first
game.
one
So it
was
was
just
like,
all talk,
oh,
was all text, and then
yes.
yeah.
So
That's insane.
yeah, and then gosh, even a notable mention, Little Big Planet 2 came out this week, and that's 15 years old now.
Wow,
Little Big Planet 2.
that is insane.
Sophomore in high school. So anyway, that's my little segment of,
Huh?
I don't know what I'm calling it at this point, but something like retro rewind or
That's
something.
cool. Yeah, definitely. So mine is, do you guys have any underrated or not too well known titles that you guys kind of grew up with that nobody ever talks about?
Oh, I'm sure I got a long list.
Yeah, I do. PS3, Bulletstorm.
You guys are talking about it.
There's a reason why nobody played that game. I don't
Have
think
you
it's
played
not
it?
that it's well known.
As
Have you
a
Yes,
matter
I
of
have
fact,
actually.
I was
It's
gonna
so
say,
good.
as
That
a
game
matter
is
of fact,
so good.
When you guys were talking about that a while ago, I think Diablo
Rainbow
had
Island.
started streaming that at one point, and I watched a little bit of him playing it. And I can't remember if I actually picked it up after you guys were talking about it, but yeah, I remember you guys talking about it one time before.
I
Yeah.
love that game. I don't care
Yeah.
if you think it's terrible.
Yeah, there's one I know for sure. Oh, go ahead. Do you got something else? Go.
Oh, I just wanted Diablo's opinion. He says he played Bulletstorm. I've played it so many times.
Is it not that game was terrible? I played like Bulletstorm was terrible. Am I misreading that?
Chaos Flame Game says
You
that
wanna
game was
talk
terrible.
about,
He's
you
definitely
wanna-
talking about Bulletstorm.
I need to make a video.
Oh,
about
I'm sorry. That
that.
was Chaos. Oh yeah, I completely missed that. I was just looking.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Another one. When you said Bulletstorm, another one popped in my head that I played, and oh my gosh,
Right here. Diablo's on my side.
There he is.
Badass
Bulletstorm's
and
badass
fun.
and fun. I watched.
Oh
him,
my God, you
I
guys can go
watched him
make out
play
with
it.
Cliffy B. You guys can go.
I watched him
enjoy
play
that.
some of it whenever I had a chance, and it looked like it was pretty great.
First of all, it's got really dark humor, which I
Yeah.
love. And the achievements for the different types of kills and stuff. Like there's a whole thing that kills somebody this way this many times. That is perfect.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was, before we play my video, the last time you talked about it, it popped in my head, and I can't remember if I still have it in my collection. There was another game that came out, and it was almost like they were trying to do Bayonetta mixed with, I don't even know, some crappy third-person over-the-shoulder shooter called Bullet Witch. Have you ever heard of that? It came out.
No, I haven't.
I think it came out for the 360, and I had it, and I played a little bit of it, and I didn't really have much else I was doing, so I think I remember forcing myself to get through it, but this game was
that looks awful.
absolutely horrible, dude. Like she carries this huge gun, and it's like the enemy placement is horrible, the enemy's actions are horrible. It's so bad, so bad.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't ever hear anybody talk about it. It's
There's a reason why.
there's a reason, absolutely.
Let's-
But yeah. So the game that I'm doing this little segment with is Darkwatch for the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox. If you want to roll it,
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping into the First Round Showdown podcast. There are so many amazing titles from all generations of gaming that are underrated or just completely unknown. Today on the First Round Showdown podcast, see that? We're going to take a look at one of the greatest horror westerns you could probably never heard of. Kick back and relax as we talk about Darkwatch that came out for the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox. Darkwatch, also known as Darkwatch Curse of the West, is a 2005 first-person shooter video game for the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox. It was developed by High Noon Studios, also formerly known as Sammy Studios, and published by Capcom in the United States and by Ubisoft in Europe and Australia. This is such an amazing, underrated, if not unknown title that a lot of people just don't know about. The game mixes the Western, horror, and steampunk genres, telling the story of Jericho Cross, an outlaw gunfighter in the 19th century American frontier who was turned into a vampire and forcibly recruited by the monster-hunting secret organization to fight against supernatural forces. Darkwatch was met with generally positive critical reception, acclaimed in particular for its relatively unique horror western setting and artistic merits. The game was accompanied by an extensive promotional campaign and was planned to be the first installment of a new media franchise. However, unfortunately, its sequel got canceled in 2007, and the film adaptation remains in development hell. Really great game, really great, underrated title. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I muted myself and everybody else.
You muted everybody.
I did. That game looks really good. And it does remind me of Evil West. The only difference is you're not a vampire in Evil West. You're just a guy that likes to kill him.
Gotcha.
And it's definitely like Civil War, I believe, era.
Yeah. I do remember that. I think the two that are like that came to mind. Which one because I brought it up was Skull Monkeys. This was one that as a kid. See, I've got the what are those called? It's like the holographic covers. You see the eyeball like looking around
that's
all crazy.
awesome.
Yeah, so it definitely has like a 3D skull kind of effect to it, but nobody knew what this was when I was a kid. I would go around school. I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm playing Skull Monkey. Kids don't know what the hell Skull Monkeys was. So Skull Monkeys was definitely one of those. And then the other one that I absolutely fell in love with, and I should play on stream at some point in time, is Tail Concerto. This is an Atlas title that did not sell very well just because it's very not well known. It's Japanese, but it's not an RPG.
Right.
It's kind of like a 3D platformer, and you are a police officer who's a dog, and you run around trying to arrest cat pirates. And there's a whole story, and it's voice acted, and it's got full anime style cutscenes. It was such an amazing game, and now it's worth a lot. I had two, and I sold one. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but yeah, that game's so much fun. If you have an opportunity to play it and you like 3D platformers, Tail can share.
You had that on the wheel.
Did I?
Way back in the day.
I wanted to play it because I think it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
I think it's a really fun game.
See, I play a lot of indie games anyway, so a lot of the games that I love, people haven't heard of.
It's funny that you say that because, now a lot of these like 3D platforming kind of indie games that are coming out that are mimicking the PlayStation 1 or N64 style, like that feels a lot like those games. Like if you like those kinds of games, you might actually really like that. They made a sequel, but it was like a DS only, and it was kind of like way different. So I don't know.
I typically play the Souls-like Metroidvania games.
Mm-hmm.
I know
those are top tier games.
Yeah,
you like to feel pain.
I do.
So.
I like a little pain in my game.
But the way the soundtracks, the gameplay, how fresh, and the way it's worth it. Totally worth it.
Do you fight the numbness with painful video games, Slow-mo?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Through the day? Okay.
That's what it is.
All right.
But I've been playing the Shinobi game, and y'all didn't even know it was out yet.
I did not. That is one, not Shinobi, but I almost bought at my local kind of mom and pop game store. I saw that he had copies of Terminator Dark. Was it Dark Fate? What was that called? No Fate, something like that.
Fate's the one. That just came out.
And yes, and he had I don't know if they're collector's editions because I'm assuming they're published by like Limited Run or something like that. But they were like a much thicker case kind of thing.
Steelbook.
Yeah, I don't know because it was one of those that it's like it has a cardboard sleeve and like there's obviously the game, and I don't know if it's like a book or a steel book or something that's inside. But he had them for the Xbox and the PlayStation, and I kind of wanted it for the Switch. And he was like, "Yeah, he's like, I've got one on order, but he's like, I don't have one for the Switch." So, I almost bought that.
Was that done by Limited Run, or did like a different company actually come out with a physical copy, or was it download only?
That's what I'm saying. Is I don't think Limited Run produced it, but they might have did the physical copy of it. I don't know if it was Limited Run or if it was one of those other kind of I don't know, what do you call it, a physical game?
Yeah, like I said last week, I've seen so many people actually playing it, and it looks really good. Eventually, I'm gonna pull the trigger and either download it or maybe find a physical copy. But it looks great. I still need to finish getting through. Did we ever talk about Cyber Shadow? It's
it's not ringing any bells to me.
It's basically like a a real big homage to honor to the original Ninja Gaiden games. Very beautifully done. It's like 16-bit synthwave type of music, very fresh, very clean. Obviously, you get through. It's one of those Souls-like 2D platformers. Which, Slim, if you're liking the Ninja Gaiden that they just came out with, you might like Cyber Shadow if you want to look it up at some point. I haven't
played the new one yet. I bought it. I just haven't touched it yet.
It's great. It's beautiful. It's got some references in the game. You go through. There's some backtracking, and the boss battles are challenging. But once you actually get the boss battles done, it's a really good one.
That looks good.
So there's
check that out.
So there's a couple editions of Terminator 2D No Fate.
Okay.
The one that the guy had was the Day 1 editions.
Okay.
Which comes with a collector's box, a reversible cover sleeve, so just the paper has art on both sides. Terminator 2D No Fate, full color manual book, a 25mm collectible metal arcade token, Unknown Future. It's Unknown Future cloth poster. Both their editions have a cloth poster, which
Okay.
you don't really see. I don't know
No,
why,
not normally.
but
That's like old
they
school
have-
PC big box stuff right
yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I just, I don't know. Yeah, their online exclusive has got a ton of shit in there, but I don't know. That's what he had, and I didn't. I feel like spending the money on it if I didn't get the version that I wanted. So, I forgot where I was going with that. Where are we at?
Oh, neither.
What next?
Diablo says you guys need to play Terminator Resistance.
I don't know about that.
Is that the PS3 era one? Because that sounds really familiar.
I remember hearing that title, but I don't know if I've seen it or not. Wait a minute.
Oh, that's new.
Is that the first-person shooter one? Because if it is,
Yeah, Terminator
I just-
Resistance is a
I just
2019
downloaded
first-person
that.
shooter.
I just downloaded that last week.
Oh, from
and
2019.
I played through a bit of it, and I'm actually pretty impressed. I think it's made by the same creators as the ones that did RoboCop Rogue City.
Oh, really?
Same company did both, and they do very, very well on that.
So visually, RoboCop was like nuts.
Yeah.
That game looks
The
insanely
Terminator
good.
game looks just as good. From the little bit that I played, I think I played the first like 3 or 4 areas in the game. The
Interesting.
feel is great. The soundtrack is great. It doesn't feel overbearing, and I'm excited to get through the rest of it. Absolutely.
I think my
It's-
favorite Terminator game is Journey to Silius on the NES.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, the one I always tried playing as a kid and I got nowhere. I'd be really curious to see how well I did nowadays because I don't think I ever went back to it. It was like Terminator versus RoboCop, and I had it for the Game Gear.
I think
And
didn't they come? I think they came out with a Genesis and a Super Nintendo version. Of
yes,
that.
it was like a multi like ported release. Like they
Yeah.
made it across a bunch of different consoles. But
Was that originally an arcade cabinet?
I think so.
I think
I'm
it might
pretty
have been.
positive that was an arcade game, but
Yeah.
I had it for the Game Gear, and because I think you start as RoboCop and you fight something from Terminator as like the first boss, or it's vice versa. I don't know if you start it's one or the other. But
Yeah.
anyway, because I remember one of the bosses being like a big robot or some shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is probably like the last Terminator game I played. This looks interesting. The very first video that popped up is Terminator Resistance. It says is the best FPS you never played. So
I was gonna say I was very happy with it. The leveling up system is very very good. You have to level up certain things. And it's possible to use the Terminator's like phaser rifle or whatever from where they're shooting the lasers and stuff like that, but you have to level up your attack for that to be able to use the futuristic weapons. But yeah, it's pretty great. I'm enjoying what I've played so far.
Would you all believe me if I said I never watched a Terminator movie?
I would believe that.
I would definitely believe you because it probably didn't cause you to feel pain. So I think you would have avoided that. But
Yeah, I watch
if
movies
you're
that don't cause pain.
and that's what I was gonna say. If it doesn't interest you, it might be painful for you to watch it. So you might actually enjoy it at that rate.
I'm just
But-
the whole like sci-fi fantasy type stuff. I'm just not into it.
Oh, it's a genre style thing because it's it's an action movie, but it's
Have you seen any of the RoboCops?
Probably not.
Oh my god!
Wow. Okay. Here's the thing. We're gonna pause on that for a moment. Even if you do not like science fiction stuff, the like witty banter, kind of like blunt on the nose dialogue type shit, RoboCop is 100% filled with that because the whole thing is that an entire corporation basically bought the city of Detroit, which is like run down and full of gangs and all of the shit. And so the company is like, well, we're going to make our own police force. And they wait for a dude to get like basically mutilated and blown up. and they're like, that's our guy. We're gonna shove him inside a robot, and we're gonna make him RoboCop. We're gonna scramble his brain, and we're gonna make him RoboCop. So the first one is like a very like in-depth look at like the idea behind that. But like 2 and 3, I mean, like they get
2 was good. I
weird
couldn't get
insane.
into 3. 3 was insane. Like they brought out
I love it.
more bad robots just to I don't know. I feel like
love it.
2 was on the edge. 3.
My favorite part is when I said I haven't seen Terminator, and Shadow Lucy's is like, that's fine. RoboCop? No. Tangent.
But
I know what your favors.
I was gonna bring it up because so the interesting thing with like Terminator is that the first movies are like Terminator 1 is basically booked as like a horror movie. Like it is slow moving.
For people, it was terrifying. Absolutely.
Yeah. Slow moving, like unstoppable, force that is just destroying anything in its path to try to kill this one person. And so Terminator 1 is kind of a horror movie in the same way that Alien 1 was a horror movie.
Yeah.
But then you get into Alien 2 or Aliens, and it's like this actually kind of like fun
straight up action
romp. Terminator 2 is the same exact way. And it's like, I mean, same people shot both of them, but Aliens 2 and then Terminator 2, fantastic. Like they're great. And that doesn't devalue Terminator 1 or Alien 1. Those are both also
amazing. Diablo asked if I've seen Aliens, and I've seen some Alien movies, but I don't think I've seen them all.
Alien was good, which is the first one. Aliens, which was the second one, I think is probably my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah. Aliens it's really solid. I go back and forth between Alien 1 and 2 because they feel like two different movies. Like same universe and shit, but like they're it depends on what you're feeling like that night. You can either get a slow moving, beautifully shot, cinematic, like kind of horror-y, practical effects sci-fi, or you can get this action, we're gonna blow some aliens up kind of stuff, and that's what Aliens is for sure.
Aliens is definitely my most favorite, at least arcade cabinet out of all of them that I've played.
Oh,
it was like a side-scrolling shooter kind of, but like beat 'em up shooter aspect because you're walking around. You can be two people if you play as two players. One is Ripley and one is whoever the guy is.
John Connor.
The guy that plays is John Connor. Yeah. And it's pretty great. I mean, it definitely puts in the difficulty because it's an arcade cabinet. Let's eat the quarters, but done very well. I've streamed it multiple times, and it does very well. I think it was one of the great ones.
Do you even know the plot to Terminator Slow-Mo?
I do not.
Why? So here's the cliff notes in 10 seconds.
The paradox of how is John Connor even alive?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, all of that we can debate.
We're not going to get into that.
Basically, the thing is like AI took over in the future. Like it got sentient. And it launched nukes across the world to basically say like, hey, I'm going to get rid of the plague of the human race. Like I'm just taking control, launching them. And in order to wipe out the rest of the humans, I'm going to make some just like human killing robots that walk around and murder people. Well, obviously the people resisted in the future were led by a guy named John Connor. And so what does the AI do? It says, hey, man, I'm going to build a time machine and I'm going to take my best robot and shoot it back in time to kill John Connor's mom.
Yeah.
And in the resistance, I'm going to kill his pregnant mom so John Connor can't exist. So there's no resistance to the Terminators in the future. So that's basically what it is. It's like we sent, AI sent back a human killing robot to try to kill this helpless pregnant woman. And
they call it Skynet back then. Nowadays, it's just the AI they're making.
ChatGPT.
Which is basically going to be happening.
Yeah. The Department of Defense just integrated ChatGPT into all of their system. I'm like, oh, God. Anyway, but like, that's it. Like, it's kind of an interesting concept. When you think about that, you're like, oh, yeah, I wonder what that looks like. And it's a good little movie. Good little movie. Arnold at his peak physical prime in Terminator 1.
Yep.
He was still like world champion of lifting. He had not acted before. They just pulled him into that. They're like, we just need a big beefy guy that looks angry.
He hadn't acted in anything major like that. I think he did a couple one-offs or something over in Europe and something maybe
yeah.
here, but other than that, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
Just like my video games, I have very specific movie tastes, and
That's cool.
you know,
Are you a John Hughes fan?
I do like John Hughes movies. Actually, he's made some good movies.
Are you do you like Breakfast Club or St. Elmo's Fire better?
Nah, Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. A lot of people
Yeah.
I love them both, but St. Elmo's Fire I think is better. Well, not
And
I don't want to say better. I feel like it's just got a special place in my heart.
And I think some of the best movies / TV shows I've ever seen were westerns.
Yeah.
So I love a western.
I definitely think Breakfast Club gets more airtime
It does.
than St. Elmo's Fire. So it's probably more like recognizable by people over the years.
It's basically Breakfast Club is supposed to be high school, even though they're like 23,
30.
24, 30-ish.
Yeah.
not. And then
they're in
St.
detention for a
And
reason.
then St.
Okay.
Elmo's Fire is basically, hey, we're in college now. But it's different characters, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, I was thinking about that.
nice.
Yeah, like comedies and stuff like that are good, but I'm just not a fan of the.
If it's
The
not a
sci-fi.
Western, he ain't watching it. Don't
No, because I'll
bother.
watch other action type movies like Lethal Weapon and stuff. But
All right, what's your favorite Western movie then?
my favorite Western movie?
Yeah. Young Guns. Emilio Estevez.
No, it's probably not. Tombstone's better than Young Guns.
Young Guns is a different movie. It's
is.
like a
Young Guns
90s
is good,
movie that
though.
just-
Young Guns is a
Okay.
good movie. I don't know.
I've got one that Slow-Mo's gonna hate, but I'm gonna wait and then I'll drop it.
Drop it.
I am an apologist for this movie. I love this movie and I could talk about it forever. And I know it makes people vomit in their mouth, but I absolutely love Wild Wild West. Will Smith's Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I actually like that movie too.
Absolutely love that movie.
Dude, that movie was good.
I hate
Sure,
that
go ahead,
people
Silas.
hate on it so much because the soundtrack is amazing. It's shot really well. Both Will Smith and Kevin Kline are really great in that film. And then I think the story holds up, the visual effects hold up. Like it is a solid all around movie, and I love that for a Western movie. It is a great like sci-fi kind of Western collaboration. And
I will say,
Tombstone was good.
I think as far as like older Westerns go, you're either John Wayne, Clint Eastwood. Those are the two main.
Yeah, I
guys.
mean they made 40,000 westerns
Right.
Each.
together.
I'm more of a John Wayne guy.
Okay.
I will say.
Wayne.
Some Clint Eastwood movies are good, but John Wayne is.
I
You
appreciate
better
them
hold
both,
your
but-
horses, Pilgrim.
Yeah, I appreciate them both. But my grandmother was heavy on the Clint Eastwood, so I've seen a lot of the Clint Eastwood movies were pretty great. But I mean, they both do very well.
One of the best things I told Shadowlose about. I don't know if you ever watched it. There's this miniseries on Netflix called Godless.
Yep.
Okay.
Great series.
Fantastic.
Is it? Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And Jeff Daniels plays an amazing just antagonist.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Jeff
Okay.
Daniels killed that part.
He's a great villain in it.
Nice.
So
You
good.
don't really see him as that many villains, though. That's cool.
Oh, he makes you hate him. You
Yeah,
hate
it
him.
is. It's not a ham it up kind of show. It is
Yeah.
like these
Yeah, it's
are
very-
serious people in serious roles kind of thing.
There's
Yeah,
another
and-
series that I showed Amber that I don't know where it's streaming now. I might have told you guys about this before if we had some type of discussion, but have you ever seen Hell on Wheels?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hell on
Hell on
Wheels
Wheels
I've
is
seen-
great.
I've seen some of that, yeah.
Amazing show. I thought it was done very well also. Yeah.
I'm so bad at watching like series
Yeah.
in general because I can't stay awake when I watch things for the most part.
Oh.
So I'll turn it on
Slow-mo-
TV and
Fun fact, Slow-Mo's only seen the first 15 minutes of any movie. So when he says he's seen a movie,
Well, he's
he's
a good-
seen the first 15 minutes.
He's a good judge of character when it comes to that stuff, so he
Well-
knows within the first 15 minutes.
yeah. But like the thing is like with a movie, I can know pretty much about where I fell asleep. TV show, I don't even know what episode I was on.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I understand that. I had a friend I used to call credits because when we watched something he would fall asleep within the first 10 minutes, and then as the credits were rolling, he'd be like and wake straight up right during the credits every single time. So we always joke that he could name every single person that was in that movie. He could name the boom operator. He could name all the stuff because the only thing he's ever seen was the credits of it. So
that happened to me. I was with a church back in the day, and they took us to see Passion of the Christ. I fell asleep and didn't wake up till the whip started cracking.
I was gonna say you gotta support Mel Gibson.
I was like,
Diablo says,
my show's on.
If you like westerns, I hope you have seen the Man with No Name trilogy. I've never heard of that before.
I don't even know that I have. It is Clint Eastwood. I looked it up, but I don't know if I've seen it or not.
Okay.
I mean, that's not like the Fistful of Dollars trilogy, is it?
He was in a lot of trilogies.
There was a lot of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Fistful of Dollars,
it is.
The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. For a few dollars more, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, I've never heard of the Man with No Name. I've never heard it as that trilogy, which is interesting because I see a Blu-ray like pack that is Clint Eastwood in the Man with No Name trilogy.
Yeah.
First time I heard that. I've always called it was the Fistful trilogy because there's a Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more and the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen a
Yeah,
Fistful of Dollars.
it's the same trilogy.
I've seen the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
But they're not. The funny thing about it is they're all spaghetti westerns, but none of them are connected. There's nothing story-wise or anything. The studio bundled it that way, but the stories were never written that way. They don't connect in any way. I don't know. It's just a weird thing at the times, I suppose.
I'm gonna leave that topic with everybody needs to see Blazing Saddles.
Oh, well, yeah. There's a Western.
I think my favorite.
You've seen that slow-mo, have you?
Movie? What is it?
Have you seen
Blazing Saddles?
Yeah, I've seen Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
I think my favorite Clint Eastwood movie was High Plains Drifter.
High Plains Drifter.
I
don't know that I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Well,
Eastwood did so
into
many.
it. He did a lot of movies.
My favorite joke, I still die to this day, in Blazing Saddles is they get to the toll booth operator in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
And he goes, now we got to go back and get a shit full of time.
Yeah.
That's I always laugh at that. But,
So lastly, I guess, do we have any good besides Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2? What are some good Western video games?
Gun.
oof.
I was just about to say, I know Slow-Mo's going to say Gun. Amazing.
Gun.
Amazing title. Amazing.
It was kind of
game.
like the first game where you could just like run around and do whatever you wanted that
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. I played the hell out of that. I have it for the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. Great game. All the
I
way.
have it, I think, like 3 times on my shelf over here.
Yeah.
Fantastic game.
Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is like really
Stranger's
really
Wrath
good.
is very, very good.
That's a
Actually, they
Western.
just got done remastering that for the Game Pass, I believe. But yeah, I have that for the original Xbox also. Very outside of the box thinking with that.
Yeah.
Diablo says Red Dead Revolver. I didn't care for Red Dead Revolver, but in that same era of, the Call to Juarez was a fantastic series.
Call to Juarez was good.
Yeah.
Well, did we say best Western game or desert game?
Well, just
Did we say
some
Western.
Some Western. Yeah.
Okay, because I was like,
I mean,
technically, like
when you
Ice
think
and Snow
desert-
could be a desert too. Like
Yeah.
When you
it
think
is a
desert, you think Western,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking
All
about Antarctica is a desert.
Yeah, because I would say something like Frostpunk. Like I love Frostpunk. That takes place in the desert. There's nothing living there, like.
Right.
But yes, okay. So Western, I would say Stranger's Wrath, and then I'm trying to think back. Like, there's got to be something for like the Super Nintendo or something that I.
Oh,
I
he
mean,
loves
they-
some. He loves
I mean, they came out
Sunset
with
Riders,
Sunset Riders for the Genesis
Sunset
and the
Riders.
Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Sunset Riders is great.
Wild Guns.
Yeah.
What is it? Kazumu Mesa? Something Amu Mesa?
Oh
Kawazumu
yeah,
Mesa?
the COW. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
they
trying
were
to think
very,
of,
very well done.
what else has I don't know. I mean, Super Mario World has desert areas.
The NES had Wild Gunman, where you used the
okay.
zapper, basically like the arcade cabinet they had.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now because that's such a like. I feel like Western stuff is truly like it's good or it's bad.
Which
Like,
I mean,
there's-
Dark Watch. Like I said, Dark Watch is a horror western, which was very well done.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because it's like I feel like if it is a bad Western video game, like it just got dumped into the trash. And if it's a good one, everybody knows about it. Obviously, Red Dead Redemption 2 is people still go insane
Yeah.
over those. Yeah, the Desperados games, I have some of those.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Never played that.
Yeah, I've never played
Man,
it
there's
either.
there's actually some like newer ones that are coming out too, or have come out like 2023. Yeah, there's Gun for 2000. I remember Gun being really big in 2005. I
That
think I
game was
still
so
have a
good.
magazine that is like a full cover of that game. Like they loved it. Yeah, I'd have to look through it because I don't really know now. There's Lethal Enforcers is not a Western game.
Well,
I
the
have
second one was
Is it?
Western. Yeah, the first
Really?
one, the first one was like the 90s.
It's just like a
and the
cop. It's like
second
yeah,
one-
80s, 90s
Yeah, the
cop.
second one was in the westerns, and there was another game that I have for the Sega CD. That was another gun con game called Mad Dog McGree or whatever.
Okay.
It was one of those arcade cabinets where you had to have the gun con that they came out with for, I think,
Ah,
Saturn
gotcha,
and
gotcha.
Genesis, which is the same ideas. They're full motion video, really, really choppy video aspect, but the idea was there.
Speaking of actual like light gun games for the Super Nintendo, Tin Star. I always loved Tin Star too. I had Tin Star
Yeah.
for the Super Nintendo, which crazily enough, and a lot of people don't really realize this, but Tin Star you could play with the controller, you can play with a light gun, or a mouse. So you can play
nice.
a target shooting
the-
game with a
With
mouse.
the
on the
Super
controller.
Nintendo mouse?
With the Super
Yes.
Nintendo
For the
Mario Paint mouse.
Mario
Yes, I have that
Yes.
somewhere.
Yep.
Nice.
And if you don't have it, Hyperkin came out with an actual laser version of the Super Nintendo mouse that fits adult hands. So if you go back and actually hook up your consoles and you want to play some of those things,
Nice.
I have one. It was like $20 and they're great. I think we're forgetting one of the best, or I should say, most well-known Western games of all time, and that is the Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail is a Western title.
My gosh. Dysentery.
Yep, died of dysentery, baby.
technically.
Dysentery and whatever, so.
By technicality, I mean it's going
It is,
west.
it is,
It can't be any more Western.
Absolutely,
The
yes.
whole
literally
game is
like-
about going west during that era, Slow-Mo.
Yep.
You can't
So-
deny it. I want to hear this argument. Tell me how
No,
it's
you're
not a
right.
Western.
I mean, okay,
Yeah.
Which they
Western where-
remastered and came out for people.
you can shoot people. Okay, how about that?
Oh, so it's got to be one where you can shoot people. Okay.
Right.
But that's the
Fair.
fun of Western games, you know, pulling out a
Oh.
6-shooter and
Glad I wasn't alive during that time with you.
taking out Voodoo Brown.
Right. So,
I gotta look up. I have to look up Lethal Enforcers too because I had no idea that was a Western
Yeah, it's
game,
really
and
good.
I'm very intrigued. So
But it looks like we are winding down, unfortunately. We can pick this back up next week on First Round Showdown. You guys got any plans for this week coming up, or we shall see what happens?
One thing I do want to touch on real fast.
Yep.
touch away.
New segment coming on the last Tuesday of every month. It's going to be called Sit Down with Slow-Mo. I'm going to do an interview with streamers and content creators that we'll sit down, we'll play a co-op game together, and we will dive into what their plans are with their streaming and content creation and what their goals are and stuff like that. So
Just get to know them. Get to know the
yeah,
gaming community.
get to know the people streaming for you guys instead of just, you go in there and you sit there and you watch them, but you don't know them. So we're going to get to know some streamers.
I'm excited for that.
Okay,
I'll be here.
I'm down.
I've already got the first guest lined up and the first game that we'll be playing.
Sweet.
Spoilers, it's myself. No.
It's just me. I'm the only streamer you need to care about.
That's right.
One of my personalities.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know. This weekend I want to play some more Space Marine 2, but I get a feeling that I think I'm probably going to Milwaukee this weekend. So I don't know. Milwaukee has a lot of they've got a lot of like resell stores that have, tons of like movies and games and stuff like that. So I definitely love to pop into at least one of them, so I can. I always like to pick up a Game Boy game or something that's not a part of my collection. But
Sunday, I'll be watching the Bears lose to the Rams.
oh, dude, don't even get me started. Hey, I beat the Packers again. I'm gonna ride that high as long as I can,
The only
baby.
thing I'm gonna be the only thing I'm really gonna be focusing on this week, besides family time, is last week we finished Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain, the remaster. So
Oh,
this
okay.
week, I actually today just started Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, and we're probably, depending on what happens, depending on what people want to see, might do might focus on running out the series for the next few streams. So we'll do Blood Omen and then possibly jump to Blood Omen 2 with that, but we shall see what happens. So
Cool.
yep.
Yeah, I've got some like video content that I've had my video editor open and stuff in it and been playing with stuff. So I'm hoping to like get back to some Shadowloo's channel posting stuff here. I've just had an itch for so freaking long, and I need to do it. Need to find time to do it. You know, it's, good old life gets in that way.
Absolutely.
But
But yeah, hopefully everybody has a good week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. That is going to be it for today. Everybody try to take care of yourselves and each other. And it was great seeing you guys as well. Slow-mo, Shads, even though we talked throughout the week. Always great to hang out with the boys.
yep.
Bye.
Everybody.
See you guys.
Bye. Bye.